Okay, so Thomas, it's live right now, so he can go to the our YouTube channel, and he will see a live session over there, so he can follow the tutorial over there. Okay, let me carry on where we left. So as I said, like we added the entry point, which is our index.js, and in our index.js I just wrote console.log, everything is okay. So now if I go here and if I just say npm start, do you know, if I hit this npm start, as you can see the node, okay, let me save it again. If I go to my terminal and if I say npm start, as you can see it's console, everything is okay, right? How did it happen? So before, as you can see here under the script key, we added start and we said the value here node index. So whenever we will write npm start, it is going to run this command node index.js. So node index.js means like run the index.js through the node software, right? Is it making sense?
It's the same as typing the command.
Command node and index.js. Yes. So you write npm start. Cool?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, so we have installed express.js. Like here, as you can see under this dependency, the express is included here, right? So we just wrote npm install express, and this is how I installed express in my project. So before you do any node project, first you have to do npm init in order to have your package.json. So now you want to make a express server. So in order to make express server, you want to install expressJS in your working directory as well, because express is not an inbuilt module, it's an external module, so you have to install it from internet, right? So whenever we write npm install express, it goes to npm website and take the code and put it in our project folder here as well. So if you go node-module, this folder created automatically whenever we wrote npm install express. If I go here, as you can see somewhere says express, so here you can see the express is added, right? This is the main module of express. So it has been added in our working directory, so now we can use it, right? So in order to use any kind of module, how I can put it in my folder or my file, sorry, how I can use it in this file? There is a special keyword.
Import.
Import.
Require.
Right. So if I say const express equal to require, then I have to write exactly the same name that the way I installed. So it name was express. So if I say express, now the express is in this variable. Now I can use it, right?
But do we have to assign to a variable?
Not mandatory. So if I don't assign it, then I have to join everything here after this with dot, with dot, with dot. You know, I have to join this way. We don't want that. For our own purpose, we put it in a variable. So this is the easiest way. So we can say const express equal to recur. So now everything is in this variable, right? Any question?
Is it like what we do with XAMPP in is the local server? What exactly?
So it is not a local server. It is going to make an actual server. You can put it up. So whenever you buy a hosting service, or a host computer, you can take this code and put it over there. It will run or it will behave like an actual server you're making. It's not a local server, it's not you can use it for production.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Can we make the degree up?
Up in order to be colder or hotter? Hotter. Wow.
23.
Really? You're feeling cold? Okay, yes, why not? Just a moment. Now, where did you find? Okay, so Nico, right? Stavros, yes. So Stavros and my friend Amar, for you guys, let me briefly tell you what we did just now. We just.
But I'm gonna be always late, man. I don't think
It's okay, it's
we
okay.
can do this.
It's okay. No worries, no worries. So what we did here, we just open a folder, and in the folder, whenever we create a Node.js application, first thing we did npm init in order to initialize that folder that it is going to be Node.js application, and it creates a package.json, right? So in this package, in the package.json, we include all the information when we added npm init, our package name, the version, the description, the author, all type of information, right? So this is what we have created here in the package.json. As you can see here, we named it Express Server App, and then I put here the default values. Just hit enter, and the main file. Do you guys know what is this main file? Main key means here. Who knows? Yes. Tell me, Stavros.
It's the file that's getting executed when you're running the program. It's the main file. That
Main file.
controls the execution.
Right. So all the files we are going to create here, it is going to be connected through the index.js, because index.js is the entry point. So our application is going to see the index.js. If index.js has any other hierarchy or any other connection with the other files, it is going to be executed through index.js, right? Clear so far? So okay. So after that, what we did, we installed Express. So why we needed to install Express? We wrote this command npm install express. Through this command, we install Express in our local folder. Why we need that? Because Express is not an inbuilt module. Express is a third-party module which lives in npm website. So anything, do you guys know that npm website? If I go here, if I say npm, as you can see, this is the npm website, npm install lpm package manager. So here all the modules, there are tons of modules, okay, we can use. So whatever we want to take from npm package manager, we have to write npm install and the name of the package. It will be installed in our local folder. Omar, you have a question? Or Stavros?
And we creating also the dependency on the package.json.
Yeah, it is created automatically. Whenever you write a command or you install a package from outside, it is automatically created here in the under this dependency keys. So in the dependency keys, you can see how many modules you are using, which is from outside, not from the core Node.js.
npm project package manager
What is npm package manager?
yeah, npm stands for npm package manager
Yeah, Node package manager.
Node.
npm.
Node.
Yes. So npm stands for Node package manager. So whenever we write it in this acronym form, so npm, then this command install, then this express. And how your computer knows that I have to go to the npm package manager and install this specific thing? How it knows? Do you guys know? It knows because we installed before node, and inside the node there is this npm package manager, and we installed npm as well. Along the node cannot be recognized, so node comes with npm by default. If it doesn't, then you have to install externally the npm as well, because some Linux machine, the node doesn't come with npm package or npm command line software, so you have to install it. You have to install node and npm both. So this is how we can write the npm inside the command, because we have installed it before. Cool? Okay, so we wanted to install Express, so we did it. Whenever we created said npm install Express, it installed in our local directory, and as you can see here, this new folder has been created as well, which is node modules, and inside this node modules we have Express as well. If I open it, if I scroll down, as you can see here, the Express is here. The whole framework is inside your folder, inside your local working directory. But you can ask me, what are these other things that also here? Does anybody have this curiosity?
Classes, methods.
No, okay, so these other modules are here because Express use those methods.
It's modules.
Yeah, Express use those modules, so it is installed as well. Okay, so here in this index.js we import the Express by this keyword which is required, and we put it in this variable. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to make a very simple server. Okay, how we can proceed with that? First of all, we will make another variable called app, and we will assign it Express this. We are going to invoke this Express now. So now it is creating a server. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to define the port, which port it is going to be listen for request. So we are going to say app.listen, and then we can define here the port number. For example, we can say 3001, and it takes also a callback which will invoke immediately when the port is open. So I can say console.log the port the server is running on the port 3000. We are hard coding 3001. We are hard coding this, but we can also make it dynamic. We'll see how to make it dynamic. Here I have to put a route. As you can see, last time we have talked about route, right? Like there are some methods: get, post, put, delete, right? So whenever you want to serve some data or serve any kind of data, you can serve it by get method, right? Get means I want some information or I want something from the server. I don't want to give anything to the server, right? Whenever a client wants to give anything to the server, we take it through post method, right? Whenever a client wants to update something inside the server, we get it through put method, right? Whenever a client wants to delete something, we take it through delete method, right? So let's make a get method here. So we can say now, as we define here app is equal to this Express, now we can say app dot get. Okay, I open it, I invoke these functions, but this takes two arguments. Okay, first argument would be the route. So which route? I can say giving or okay, sending info. Okay,
This is the URL, yeah?
this is the URL. Then it takes a callback. So here you have to say read by the way, what is the spelling of request? REQUEST, request, yeah, and response. So it takes two argument, request and response. So what does it mean, request and response? In this get method, as we have put it here, the route, sending information, whenever anyone will go to the browser, for example here, if I go here, if I say first the localhost, for example local, because currently we are running in localhost, whenever you have your domain name, you will put your domain name rather than this localhost, right? So we set it 3001 and sending info. So whenever someone hit this URL, it will go here and it will find this send info. So here in this request, it will contain all the requests coming from the client, and then if you find something coming from the client, you can respond with that. So I can say response dot send, here is your info, blah blah blah. Okay, so now if I save it, I haven't used the request, but we are going to use it. If I save it and run it, in order to run the server, as we have set it a script npm start, if I hit enter, as you can see the server is running on the port 3001. The callback we set it here after this port. So now if I go here and if I actually hit enter here, as you can see, here is your info, blah blah. Right? It's so easy, right?
We didn't specify HTML text and stuff like that.
HTML, no, we haven't specified. We are just sending a string. We are not sending anything else. Yeah, as you can see, we put a string here. If we want to serve HTML, we'll see now.
So we are live now.
Yes, we are live now.
And the lesson is also being recorded.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
recording, yes.
Okay.
So as you can see, with the lines of code, yeah, as you can see, like with a few lines of code,
So
we actually made
that
a
at home. Okay.
yes, you can watch it at home. So with these few lines of code, we actually made a server. And now it's your turn. Make a simple server. Now, make a simple server. Like this one. Create a Node application, then install the Express, and then create a simple server. And the next phase, we're going to show how to serve a fully static server, like fully index.html, CSS, JavaScript, full file, how to serve. We just served a text, but the next segment we are going to see how to serve a static file. So those are called static files. Okay, when you have index.html, style.css or any cascading sheet or JavaScript, those three files are called static files. Okay, because those are not dynamic. You cannot change directly. When you have like other types of application like React or Vue or Angular, those are like dynamic, you can change those. Go ahead and make a simple server now. And let me know if you have any question. Danny is here to help you. Right? Make it.
Under the steps. We'll go in.
Should I write the steps?
npm start here.
Yes.
Start the server.
Now we have the steps.
Yes, I can write it for you. Wait, let me write it here actually. So the step would be, first you will say npm init, then add the script, then install express. Script means you will go to the package JSON, then you will scripts, then you will say start, and start will be node index.js. This is the script, okay? Then you will install express by npm install express, and you can say that just save, which is automatic by the way now in the newer version. So afterward you have to make the server with require and other code. And then run the server. This is the steps.
And to run the server, it's npm start.
Yes, because you set it, the script. You'll set the script. First do the first one, and then when you go to the second one, I will show you. Don't worry. Just call me.
Run server and then start.
As you can see, with 6 lines of code, we could make a simple server that serves things. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Right here.
I'm hungry too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should eat something, man.
I will go like that.
Please let me know if you find any difficulty. If you find any difficulty. Any problem?
Yeah, I have me too when they started from the beginning.
Missing the start.
Yes, because you haven't set it. In order to set it, you have to go to the package rotation and under this script tag, add a new script.
It's on the main.
No, under this script.
Here now.
No, inside this file is right. Add a comma under the text and write start and set it as a node. Node. Don't worry because they're serving many things over there. So just say node integrate.js in the space integrate.js space.
This is the start command.
Yes.
That's now.
Yeah. Now if you save it and run it. Yes, it created, but there is another problem. Go up, app is not defined. So go to your main file. So you see app somewhere. You see app equal to this, but you didn't invoke the express. So you have to make a, as you can see here, sorry. Once the app is given invitation. Yes.
It says can't find module start, but
You added node start integrations. Now we say can you start here?
maybe a comma is missing. What's the part that's low?
Can you write here space?
The start script.
Cannot find the module start. Put the module start. Start. Express.
Start express.
Is
And it does my spelling mistake.
yeah.
So how I'm on a good way.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
We just started. Yes, wait. Homework. You create npm init. Why you are writing npm init here? You write the packet address. No. You don't do it this way. Okay. Let's try it off. Let's make another folder. Okay. Where? It's so big, man. So let's delete this. Okay? You Okay. Increase the brightness. It's okay. Just increase the brightness. Now, here I open this terminal in that folder, right? So first thing you do npm init. Before you make anything, you do this. And if you hit enter, it will ask you some question. Making a server and stuff like that. Okay, server. You enter, you take the default value, and yes, if you go to this folder right now, as you can see, we are making a server. As you can see here, a packet registration is created automatically. Okay, now you go here, make another file, index.js, and there is index.js as well. Now you open it, you put it. Right? Not those things. Those are the previous ones. If you open the package registration here, as you can see there are these very automatic, right? If you go here, it's empty. So the first thing, you add a script here, okay? You go to the script, press enter, and you say start. Okay? And then you say clone, and then you open another one, and you add a comma, and you say node index. It's done. Now if you write anything start, the application will start. Now you write everything in your index.js, whatever I have written over there. Okay? So, is your server running in this table?
Now I will check it.
Okay, thank you.
npm started.
Yeah.
I think it's done. Localhost.
Yes.
April 2001. Cannot get it says.
Yes, 3001, and then you
The
slash
slash
the
URL.
route name.
Yes, that's the URL.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it running?
Yes.
Okay. So let's, Omar, is it running on your computer as well? Okay, you can put anything, just send. Okay. Make it short. Add comma. Okay, take your time. No, comma. Here inside you see there is inside the bracket. Inside the bracket. Take your time, no worries. Umar, I send you this code in Slack as well, okay?
Ah, thank you.
Slack in class 7. Okay, I send you the code in Slack as well, so you can see. Okay, now we're going to learn how. Okay, before we learn anything, let's make a beautiful website. What do you say? Let's go to our folder. In our folder, these are the things, but I want to make a folder called my website for say my websites. If I hit enter, now let me create a template. So for example, index.html, index.js, index.css. So let's open it. So
in the folder, we make another folder. My website.
don't worry about the folder. We are just making our website here.
Okay.
Let's make a simple website. HTML, and here just say H1. Welcome to our website. Let's add a bit of CSS. Let's go to the CSS and target the H1, select the H1 and say color, maybe blue, or which color you want, any color, red, let's say red. Okay, now we added the CSS. Let's add a bit, tiny bit of CSS. Let's say console.log. Hello. So if I open my site, if I double click, as you can see, welcome to our website. But by the way, it's not red. Why? Because we didn't connect it, we didn't link it, right? So we have to link it. That's the link, and say index.css, right? And we have to link our script tag as well. So if we save it right now, and let's go to here again, as you can see it's red, and if we go to our terminal console, it's hello. So that's mean all of the three files are working. So just imagine you have created a very beautiful website with your index.html, JavaScript and CSS. So now you want to put it somewhere so that it can be hosted, it can be live, right? So you created everything the way you want. You use Bootstrap, you use JavaScript, you use CSS, you made a very beautiful website. And let me close it. If I go to the project structure now, in my Node.js application, I have my full website inside my website, right? Folder. Inside my website folder, I have my all necessary things of my website, right? So now we're going to learn how to serve this full website with one line of code through our expressJS. So if we go here, let's comment out this get that just serve a string, right? But what we want to use app.use, and if we go app.use express.static, and then here we have to put our file name actually. So it's like, yeah, I hope so. Just one, yeah. but I'm not sure is it going to detect it. Otherwise we are going to put here the absolute part. Let's see how it goes. Website, yeah, when
Where is the file?
yeah, so let's put here the route as well with just the slash, and if we save it, let's go to here and say localhost, just the local. Am I running the server? Let's run the server. npm start. Okay, if I go here, so now let's just, oh, it's good.
Nice
Right?
website.
Yeah,
Ready
so
for production.
yeah, ready for production. Now you can take this server and put it up, and you can have your whole website. Try it. Try in your computer. Make it 3 file. As you can see here, it automatically detect whole 3 file. You don't need to serve it one by one. It detect all the files you have in the folder, and it's connected with each other. If you want to serve it one by one, then you have to take a lot of steps. I'll show that way as well.
But it's going and getting the HTML probably, yeah?
But
It's going and getting the HTML.
yes, so there is another way.
If you don't put the link inside the HTML, it's loading the CSS.
No, it will not load the CSS, but yes, it will not load.
It's not.
Yeah, but there is other
But
way.
it's
Even
looking for HTML file.
yeah, there is other way. So if you serve only the HTML file with a get method, it will not detect the standard CSS and JavaScript. Then you have to serve standard CSS and CSS and individual. But that's confusing. This code is very easy, right?
Better to do it in the HTML.
Yeah.
Can you go back to
So another thing, most of the time you will see this folder, my website called public. So they call it public because these are like the public thing. This is going to be visual from the client side. Whatever outside of this website, nothing can be visual by the client. Everything is super secure and hidden. Not secure, okay, hidden. Okay. That's why they call it sometimes public. Go ahead and try it. If you want, I can send this piece of code in the Slack as well. Cool. So our
what's the
main
shortcut for HTML files? No, not for everything default to appear. No, it's all the types. Is it control and
what do you mean, like the developer mode? If you write HTML, then you select this one.
okay.
Can I make an alert also in index.js?
What?
Can I make an alert?
You can make anything,
Okay,
any JavaScript code.
let's see.
Oh, you should sit over there, with your team. So, guys, this is like very simple, right? We're going to learn how to make API, RESTful API. That is our main motto for this week, and that is the learning outcome. Here we are learning how to serve a static page, how to serve a simple thing. But we're going to learn step by step how to make a RESTful API. If you finish, take a 5-minute break. Okay?
It's working easily.
Yeah.
I made a button, page ref somewhere else. I kept both the static and the request response. Stuff. They can work all together.
Right.
But probably we'll never use update, right? Usually we serve no data, so.
Yes, you will use actually update. You never use like the static thing because you're not going to serve a website. With the Express, you're going to make a robust API. Yeah. So you have to work with get, post, delete, JSON. I'll show you everything one by one. Because in order to serve a static HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, whenever you buy a hosting, they give you the ready-made server. Just put your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, it will run. But API, they don't make it. You have to make it by yourself for your services. Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah.
What is this?
Wait. I'm not super ready. So here they're saying the Alpha Bank started a new competition. And in that competition, you will compete through your project. Like if you have a very good idea.
Yes, but the idea about what? I don't know.
Idea about find take. So as you can see, this is called find take.
What is that?
Find take. If you don't know find take, you have to search.
Didn't know what.
Yeah, with technology like we have like idea about specific technology. So financial technology. So financial technology is like if you are trying to create anything, a website or a web application for banks or for financial things. For example,
Maybe a website for banks.
web application. Bank. So how the bank can make the application, so how the bank can operate all the things through the application. If you can design an application very good, like how a bank should transfer the data, transfer money, what kind of technology they should use. If you
I just design it and send for them and they work on it, yes?
At last you have to work on that because it's not only about design. First you present the idea, then you make it. Then you present the idea, they give you 5,000 euros for example.
Yes.
When you make it, they give you 100,000 euros.
5,000. I made the 5,000 one. I just designed it idea and send it.
But in order to get it, like you should have like very good cyber security knowledge, how the website works, how
I'm not going to work on this. It's just an idea. Yes.
yes, but how you're going to design the idea if you don't know like how it works.
So I don't know how to do it now.
Or you can search about it and make a good idea. Make a design for banks, like how it works.
It is possible. Anything is possible if you really want.
2,000, 3,000, 5,000. It's not.
Big experiment job.
You know, it's not so little, it's so big.
It's not so little.
But for me, that I am refugee here,
No,
this is so big.
You will earn more than this in future. In future, it's nothing. It will be like this. You will not work for 3,000 euros. They will
Of
come.
course, if I work for 12,000 euros, maybe more than. Do you want to read it? Do you love it?
Do you have the idea?
You know, I don't have any knowledge about security, something like this.
It's not actually all the upper security. This can be right about like customer onboarding process and engagement, the analytics analytics, identity management, new digital products. It can be either of one of these areas. So it's not only about security. So you can have idea on how the banks attract more people to like, you know, some people is not love too much to put their money in the bank, you know, and how the bank will like create like an engagement, like how they do approach the, I don't know, the people, so the people can save their money in the bank. It can be also like that, and then so like there's a lot of things. It's not only about security. The security is in this area, the new digital product. This is for the security.
1, 2, 3, 4 things that I can think about. Thank you.
There's a lot of things that you can.
So, where are my ideas?
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Goodbye. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow will be demonstration. I think, and every metros or every buses are closed. I don't know.
Only metro, is only metro.
Only
Tomorrow.
metro?
I know.
Only metro.
Demonstration for
I'm
what?
not the mentor,
What?
so I'm not the mentor.
Strike.
From 9 to 9.
We have only metro from 9 to 9 in the morning till 9 in the evening.
The other no, except you.
I'm not the mentor, I'm not the student, so I'm not obligated to come.
have an issue too.
So, you had another server is running 3001. You made a new server here? Or you didn't stop the previous one? Someone else is running another one. You just changed the port number.
Ah, okay.
3002.
Okay. And then game starts.
Yes. So,
Sorry. This is a recording.
yes, it's recording. So now, this is how we served the static files, and this is how we served the full website as well. So now, I want you guys to introduce a new software called Postman. So you all should have this software, Postman. How many of you have it already?
I don't have it.
So you can install by going here, postman.com, and download the app. Please download the Postman now. It will take few minutes. So if you download it, it will look like this. So what is this application? Let's get introduced about this application as well. Just a moment, let it open.
I don't have internet for some reason.
You don't have internet?
Yeah.
You get the internet or no?
I connected to the social hackers Wi-Fi, but it says no internet secure.
You can connect to Pantheon.
Pentium, yes.
Pantheon Wi-Fi.
Come on, teacher, help us.
Yeah, it's a Ah, now I have.
You have it, right? So don't worry.
That's because she spoke, you know.
Yeah. You should speak all the time.
She invoked the internet.
I don't know how can
Yeah, you have magic in your voice. Yeah.
You established the connection with your voice.
So, this is the application that I was talking about. So, let's get introduced with the interface here. Okay. So, what is this application? So, the purpose of the Postman is to request to our server with different methods. Whenever I have my whenever I request from our browser, the browser send the GET request, not the POST, not the PUT, not the DELETE. We can technically do it from our browser, but it will be like pain in ass, to be honest. So we don't want to go to that complicated process right now because we are beginner right now. So let's use a simplified application. The simplified application is this Postman. So this is same like a browser. Okay. From here you can request, and
You have
this
to create accounts here.
no, you don't need to create. You can skip here account.
Okay.
So here, if you see, you can see the left corner. Here is this plus button. If you click here, now it bring us this page.
In what workspace are we?
Close it. Close it.
Ah,
Close it.
yeah, okay.
Now you are here. You are in the same page right now. So as you can see here we can write the URL, okay, and here we can select the type of request we want to make, okay. Here is GET request, POST request, PUT request, DELETE request. So are we confident enough about this request? Do you have any question about this request? Because if you have, let me know right now, because I will clarify it and then we will proceed. Do you guys know about this request? GET, POST, PUT and DELETE, which is the main request. You know about this request, right? Any question? Omar?
Post and put.
Post and PUT. So, Thank you for saying that you want to learn about. So post request is when the server receives any data. So whenever you submit a form, you are entering some data. You are inputting some data, right? And the server is receiving that data. Right? When you submit, you send the data. You don't get the data, you send the data. Right? So with post request means whenever you send the data from your client, in our case it's browser or Postman, whenever we send the data from Postman to our server, it is the post request. So in HTML way, it will be our form. Okay? In the form, by default the method is post. Okay? If it is not by default, you have to say method equal to post in uppercase. We will see. So put request means I want to modify something. There is some data in my server. I will modify it. That is the put request. And delete request is I want to delete something. Is it clear? Cool? Okay. So now I will go back to my server and I will create some route to accept this for method. Okay? So now let's go back to our server. Here is our server, right?
What to do again?
We're going to create that for method that takes all 4 kinds of requests: get, put, post, delete. So let me comment out this thing as well. So now we're going to make a full CRUD model. Do you guys familiar with CRUD? Create, read, update and delete. Okay? So let's say I want to read. So for the read, it will be the get, right? Okay. Let's not comment that. So I want to say app.get. It will serve some data. It will read some data from our server, right? So I want to say here slash maybe show, and I open this thing. This is a request and response, and I want to respond with a JSON. Okay, whenever someone says show, it will response them a JSON. Okay, I can say response dot JSON and open a JSON here. I can say name class 7 detail we are having fun by making servers. Okay, this will give the data, which is get. Let's make a post. Okay, app.post. This is how you make a post, and it will also make a post request in the show route. So it will go request response. Here we are going to show the request, like whatever the data is coming from our client side, we can show it, and we have access to the data in our request body. If we say request, we have different way to access it. For example, we can see the URL by request.url. Okay, we can console log it. Wait, then we can say console log request dot body, and we will respond here by saying response.json. Let's add this thing method which is post, and data we'll say here, let's add this. This is a string literal, you know it, right? You can say request dot body. Cool. Here let's specify the method as well. So let's check it by these two. Okay.
There is a spelling mistake. It's should post in line 22.
Line 22.
Should.
Yes, post. Cool. Let's save it and see. If I say npm start, server is running. So now from here we will make a get request first. We can say local host 3001. Is it visible by the way? And if we have to say show, if we send it, so if we go down, you see we get this response, method get name class7 detail. We are having fun by making server. So in order to make a post request, we have to change from here, and we have to go we have to go to row. Wait. Cookie header. Okay, let's preview it because it's having.
We're always live. Okay.
Yeah, we're live. Wait, let me make a post request. That is post localhost show. Then we go to the body here. Then we say specify here row, and we have to specify here JSON because we are going to request with the JSON. So here we can say name class7. Okay, let's send it and see what it gives us back. If we go back, you see method post data is undefined. There is a reason data is undefined, because we haven't parsed the body. There is a thing called body parsing. So whenever someone send a request as a post from our client, it adds this data in the body. So here we specify request.body, but the server cannot parse it by default. We have to add a tiny code. Okay, we can say here, just a moment. We can install a new software or new module. Sorry. So it's called npm. It's called body parser. So we can install npm. Express has body parser as well. We are going to see it in future. But let's work with body parser right now, because most of the people use body parser. So if I say npm install body parser with the minus, okay, and that's save. So I am installing body parser here. I have to add it. I have to go top, and I have to say const body parser equal to require body parser. Okay, and then I have to add this line of code. I have to say app.use body parser.json, and I have to run it inside, invoke it. So if I save it right now, if I run our server again, oh no, if we run our server again, and now let's go here and send the same data, and as you can see it's saying object. That means it gets the data, but we have to send it in a good manner because I didn't specify the key here. Let's say the key is name. Okay, if I save it, if I go and run again, if I send the request, as you can see the data is class 7 because we are sending class 7. If we send anything here, the garbage, if we save it, not save it, sorry, if I send it again, as you can see the data is this. Whatever we are sending, we are requesting back this thing as well. So I would say go and try by yourself now. Please go and try because it's a little bit confusing, and as you can see here, whatever we console log request.url, this is the URL we are console logging. Then I say request.body. In the body it's sending this from the client side. We're going to integrate it with our client side. It could be anything, maybe index.html. Inside there we will make a form and we will send the data. Okay, it is going to be happen in next class, but now go ahead and try this. Should I send this code to you? So let's send the whole thing in the Slack.
Actually, the browser is giving me the application. When I'm just hitting scroll. Okay. When I'm using the get.
Yes, for the get it's giving you, but for the post you cannot send it. You need a
Or make another.
another way. In the network mode you can make it, but yes. So go ahead, check your Slack and study it. Go at home, search about get and post request. In the next class we will cover put and delete, and we will cover how to make a RESTful API. Thank you very much for the class.
Thank you.
Come on. You're doing it? I sent you the code on Slack.
Στέλνεις την και στο